Hello students, welcome to the next video of science. Students, today we are going to study our topic matter. Okay student. So students, we see many things around us such as chair, table, books, notebooks, lunchbox, bottle, and we see a lot of animals around us such as cat, dog, cow, buffalo, etc. Okay student. So you might have observed that all are different in shape and size, but one thing they have in common. Can you guess what is that? Yes, they have one thing in common. What is that? That is, they have some weight and occupy some space. Okay student, all the living and non-living thing, they have some weight and occupies some space. Okay student, so anything that has weight and occupies space is known as matter. Anything that has weight and occupies space is known as matter. All the living things and non-living things are made up of matter, as they occupy some space and have some weight. Okay student, yes, you can observe this. All the living and non-living things, they have some weight and they occupy some space. Okay student, so they all are made up of matter. Okay student, there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Okay, so in solid, the molecules are tightly packed to each other. Okay, so the solids have a fixed shape and fixed volume. Okay student, they cannot be changed. In solids, the molecules are tightly packed, so they have fixed shape and fixed volume, and they cannot be changed easily. Okay student, but in case of liquids, the molecules in liquid are less closely packed to each other. Okay, and they can move within the container, and they also take the shape of the container. What this means? This means that liquids have fixed volume but not the fixed shape. Okay, we will take the example. If suppose I have taken 500 ml of water in a glass. Okay, when I pour this water in a bowl, will the volume of the water change? No, it was 500 ml, so it will remain 500 ml only. But what we will see, we see that it has taken the shape of the container. Earlier we have taken it in a glass, so it was looking as in the shape of glass, and if we pour it in some bowl, then it will look like the shape of the bowl. So in liquids, the molecules are less closely packed, so they have fixed volume but not the fixed shape. Okay, liquids have a fixed volume but no fixed shape. They take the shape of the container. Okay student, and in gaseous state, gases have neither fixed shape nor fixed volume. Okay student, gases have neither fixed shape nor fixed volume. Okay, गैस को अगर हम किसी चीज़ में फिल कर देते हैं तो have you ever smell, जब whenever there is a gas leakage in our kitchen, we can smell it from the outside of the house. Why? Because there the force of attraction between the molecules of gases is very high. Okay student, and the molecules of gases are loosely packed and can move away easily. Okay, if we open a bottle of the perfume, the smell of the perfume spreads very quickly in whole room, or you can smell it from the outside the room also. Why? Because the molecules in gases are loosely packed. Okay, so and they can move away easily. So the gases the gases have neither fixed shape nor fixed volume. Okay, student. The difference between the liquid, solid and gaseous state is solids have a fixed shape, okay, and liquid have no fixed shape. Gases also do not have fixed shape, okay, and solids have a fixed volume. Yes, the volume of the solid is fixed, but liquids liquid in case of liquid also they have fixed volume, but in gaseous state there is no fixed volume. Okay, solid we cannot change the shape of a solid, okay, but liquid can flow very easily from high to low places, okay, and the gases can spread in all the direction. In solids molecules are closely packed to each other, so solids have a fixed shape and fixed volume. In liquids molecules are less closely packed, so liquids have a fixed volume and no fixed shape. Okay, student. And in case of gases, the molecules are loosely arranged, okay, or very loosely packed, so the gases have neither fixed shape nor the fixed volume, okay, and gases also take the shape of the container in which we put that gas, okay. And this was the difference between the three states of matter. Okay, student. As you can see in the picture also, the molecules in solids are tightly closed, okay, and in liquid they are less closely packed, and in gaseous state they are free to move anywhere. They are loosely arranged. In case of gases, they are loosely arranged and can freely move anywhere. Okay, student. And as you can see in the picture that all the matter is made up of tiny particles called molecules. You can see in the picture these are the tiny particles. All matter is made up of tiny particles known as molecules, okay, and these molecules are so small that we cannot see them with our naked eyes. Okay, student. Molecules of different things are different, as you can observe from the picture. Okay, student. And there are some empty space in between the molecules. This space is known as intermolecular space. Okay, student. This also you can see in the picture. So, student, the three states of matter can be interchanged. Okay, as you all know that ice is the solid state of water. Three states of water are solid, liquid and gas. Okay, so solid, when ice is kept outside from the fridge, it melts down into and changes into liquid, and the process in which the solid state of liquid changes into liquid is known as melting, and this process is known as melting. Okay, student. And again, if you boil that water, it changes into vapor. Vapors are the gaseous state of water, and this process is known as evaporation. Okay, student. This process is known as evaporation. And when this gaseous state, suppose we take a hot water in a glass, okay, and there are water vapor on the upper side of the glass. If we keep a lid on the glass, then what happens? This water vapor gets cooled down and again changes into water, and this process is known as condensation. Okay, student. And again, if we keep that water in the freezer, that water changes into solid. Okay, so this process is known as freezing. The liquid state of water changes into the solid state on cooling. On cooling, the liquid state of water changes to the solid state of water. This is known as freezing. Okay, first what we have done, we have taken ice and kept it outside the fridge. The ice changes into liquid, means the solid state of water changes in liquid on heating, and this process is known as melting. Okay, and when we boil this water, it changes into water vapor, which is the gaseous state of liquid. and this process is known as evaporation. Okay, student. And now when the gaseous state, it cools down, gaseous state of water, it cools down, it again changes into water. Okay, on cooling, the gaseous state of water changes into liquid state of water, and this process is known as condensation. Okay, and when we kept the liquid state of water in freezer, then it again changes into the solid state. Okay, and this process known as freezing. Okay, student, in this we can say the state of matter can be interchanged on heating and cooling. Okay, the solid, liquid and gas, the three states of water are solid, liquid and gas. Ice is the solid form of water, water is the liquid form of water, and water vapors are the gaseous state of water. Okay, student, we can say the states of matter can be interchanged from solid to liquid, and from liquid to gas, and again from gas to liquid, and from liquid to solid. Okay, student, again you can see in the picture that the solid state of water is ice. Okay, when the ice is kept outside of the fridge, or we can say on heating, the solid state of water changes into the liquid state of water. On heating, the solid state of water, this ice as you can see in the picture, solid state of water, on heating the solid state of water changes into liquid state, and this process is known as melting. Okay, student, and when we boil the liquid state of water, it changes into gaseous state. Okay, on cooling, the gaseous state changes into. Now solubility. What is solubility? This you all know that the molecules of liquid are loosely packed. Okay, so they have the ability to dissolve other substances in it. Okay, student, what is solubility? The liquid state of matter has the ability to dissolve other substances in it. This is known as solubility. Okay, the liquid state of matter has the ability to dissolve other substances in it. Why? But why? Why the liquid state of matter has the ability to dissolve other substances in it? Because the molecules of liquid have some gaps in between them. Okay, why the liquid have the ability to dissolve other substances in it? Liquids have the ability to dissolve other substances in it because the molecules have some gap between them. Okay, student, this I have explained you earlier that in liquid state the molecules are far apart from each other. Okay, there is a gap between the molecules, so the liquid have the ability to dissolve other substances in it. Okay, student, and the substance that get dissolved in liquid is called solute. Okay, students, if you take some water in a glass and a spoon of salt or sugar and we just mix them, they will form a new solution. Okay, in this the salt or sugar is known as solute. Salt or sugar we have taken is the solute, and water which we have taken in the glass is known as solvent, and then when we mix them both, they form a solution. Okay, student, so what is solubility? The liquid state of matter has the ability to dissolve other substances in it. It is known as solubility. But the question is, why the liquid state of matter? Why the liquid state of matter has the ability to dissolve other substances in it? Liquid state of matter has the ability to dissolve other substances in it because the molecules in liquid have some gap between them. Okay, student, the molecules are loosely packed and they have some space between them. Okay, the molecules in liquid are loosely packed and they have some space between them, so they have the ability to dissolve other substances in it. Okay, student, and the substance that that dissolves in the liquid is known as solute. Okay, student. And the liquid in which the solute dissolve is known as solvent. Okay, we have taken some water in a glass now, that is known as solvent, and we have taken 1 spoon of salt or sugar, that is known as solute. We have taken 1 spoon of salt or a sugar, that is known as solute. The substance that get dissolved in the liquid is known as solute, and the liquid in which the solute dissolves is known as solvent. Okay, student. And this whole process is known as solubility. Okay, student. And a new liquid, by mixing them both, solute and solvent, a new liquid is formed, it is known as solution. Okay, by mixing the solute and solvent, we get a new liquid, it is known as solution. So student, it is the solubility, and you have understood about the solutes and solvent. Okay, what is solubility? The liquid state of matter has the ability to dissolve other substances in it is known as the solubility. But why the liquid state of matter has the ability to dissolve other substances in it? Because the liquid molecules are loosely packed and they have some space between them. Okay, student. And when we mix a solute with the solvent, what is solute? The substance that get dissolves in liquid is known as solute. Okay, suppose we take 1 tablespoon of sugar or salt and we mix in the water, and we take a glass of water and we just mix that 1 tablespoon of sugar or salt in that. The water taken in the glass is known as solvent. Okay, so the substance that dissolve in liquid is known as solute, and the liquid in which the solute is dissolved, okay, the water we have taken in the glass is known as solvent. Okay, the substance that get dissolves in the liquid is known as solute, and the liquid in which the solute dissolves is called solvent. Okay, student. Or in short, you can say, what is solvent? A substance that dissolves another substance. A substance that dissolves another substance is known as solvent. Okay, and solute, the part of a solution present in lesser amount and dissolved by the solvent. Okay, so what is now here we have studied about the solubility. What is solubility? What is solvent? What is solute? And what is solution? Okay, student. Now, student, we are going to study about the physical changes and chemical change. Physical changes are reversible, temporary change are not permanent. No new substances. What is physical change? A temporary change in which temporary change in which no new substances form. And a physical change is reversible. Melting of ice. As the ice changes into water, melting of ice, and then we can convert melting of ice only the physical. Okay, so it is state is changed, na? And solid state is changed into liquid state, but it's permanent. Okay, student. So we can see the example of physical change in the figure also. Okay, breaking of glass. Again, we can make the glass with the help of that breaked glass. So these, as you can see the examples of physical change in the picture. Number 1 is breaking of glass, mixing candies, shedding paper, folding paper, melting of ice, chopping wood, cutting hair, dry ice sublimation, boiling water, breaking of eggs. Okay, student, these are the example of physical change. Okay, in physical change, no new substance is formed. Okay, and physical change are reversible. Okay, and are not permanent, are temporary. Okay, physical change are the temporary change in which no new substance is formed, and physical changes are reversible and are not permanent. Okay, student, and examples of physical change are melting of ice, folding a paper, boiling of water, cutting hair. Okay, student, and burning of candle also. Okay, so these are the example of physical changes. Okay, student. Now chemical change. What is a chemical change? A permanent change in which a new substance is formed. What is a chemical change? A permanent change in which a new substance is formed. Okay, student. And this physical change, the chemical change cannot be reversed. Chemical change cannot be reversed and are permanent. Okay. Example is, अगर हम egg से we make omelette out of egg. Now we can't change it back to the egg. This is chemical change. Okay. And we can say burning of paper. When we burn paper, what happens? The ash and smoke comes out. Okay, student. And we can't change that paper again into we can't change that ash into paper. So there is a change in the chemical. Okay, student. What is a chemical change? Chemical change is a permanent change in which a new substance is formed. Okay. For example, if we make egg omelette out of egg, now it is not reversible, it is permanent. So it is known as a chemical change. Okay. And as we can say, burning of paper. Once we burn a paper, it changes into ash and smoke. Okay. Now we can change that ash into paper. So this is a permanent change, or it is non-reversible change. Okay. So the example of chemical change, as you can in the picture, burning of wood. Okay. Making of omelette. Okay, student. And there are many more things.